Hey, traders, happy Sunday. Happy last 53 minutes of the entire month of January, right? According to Universal Time on the charts, right? As the monthly candle's closing. So that's why you're here. It will be the highest monthly candle close in the history of Bitcoin. Could be the highest monthly close for Ethereum. I think you're close. We'll have to look at it. But let's, real quick, look at futures. Silver futures, top right of your screen. It's just reopened. Got to $29.09, gapped up, closed at 27.06. So that Wall Street Bets short squeeze stuff, I mean, I guess, right? That might have something to do with it. Futures for stocks, for equities, down almost 1% on the new week as you just opened 8 minutes ago. So not great, but kind of makes sense, right? It's been really freaky, you know, the Wall Street Bet stuff. The exchanges preventing people from buying and selling assets. It's creating lots of uncertainty, and it's freaking out a bunch of institutions, right? So, and of course, the technical reasons, the bearish deep crab, right? The PCZ of it, and we talked about September 2nd's previous all-time high on the S&P 500, where it could go back test for the first time ever, just to see if it's support. And yeah, I mean, it just, things looked kind of toppy on the index funds with those harmonics. On the other hand, like silver and gold had been setting up for higher prices for a while. I mean, gold, silver were showing like hidden bullish divergence on the weekly and daily. So I mean, like, despite this whole, you know, there were, me and many other people here took longs on silver well before any Wall Street Bet stuff. I mean, we just respecting the TA. They're just, you know, they read about the Hunts brothers and in the 70s and early 80s, and are like, they want to pull a Hunts brothers, I guess, where they cornered the market on silver, but unfortunately, you know, they just ran out of money trying to buy all the silver, and at one point they had cornered the market, and then people started, like retailers, just people around the world and the country, the United States, just started selling all their silver possessions, where so many more things were made with silver back then, and they eventually like filed bankruptcy. It was crazy. You should read about the Bunker Hunt and his brother. They were like I don't know, probably the godfather of Wall Street Bets in a way, right? Anyway, check it out. It's a pretty long story, but it's good. So Bitcoin's gapped down 33,240 currently, and somehow holding on to 32.5, just this local newly manufactured low point. I mean, look, you can see maybe from January 5th, from January 13th, January 22nd, 24th, 26th. You're trying to hold on to that Elon Musk tweet area, where you would say, if you cared or believed square ups, that's certainly a square ups happened, right? Square ups are just natural phenomena that occur on charts when a huge run happens, kind of like a very volatile, like out of nowhere run happens, right? Because exchanges have to facilitate the orders here, right? So a bunch of people went long on the exchange, and so the exchange has to go short to cover those, for those longs to be real. And so eventually volatility dies out, and the market or the exchanges are able to push the price back down to right where that liftoff happened, so they're able to cover their shorts at a break-even price. And it seems like that's certainly now occurred. It's right there. You look at those square ups on the 60-minute normally. So I don't know if this is going to hold at all, man. I mean, some people do trade square ups though, but again, I think you're just looking at maybe some newer support being created since we've got up to these levels. It all kind of started early January, and now it's the end of January. So let's look at the monthly real quick, because that's just kind of the stuff that's happened. And what, you rallied, like after you broke it, you up thrusted and failed, and then you back tested what was once resistance as resistance again. You confirmed it right here yesterday, and that's where the more selling came in. But again, you're at the square up. If you don't hold this, eventually you'll find your way probably to 30K. All right, the monthly. Remember, exchanges make their money from one of their ways. They make their money from fees, not so much the appreciation or depreciation of the value of the asset. Now they have that going for them. They have trading floors, trading desks, but they also make most of their money from transactions. So that's the whole square up thing. That's what Bart Simpsons are. That's why we see so many Bart Simpsons across the market. You hear that word Bart Simpson, just think about square ups for exchanges. Okay, if you're wondering about the psychology, right? Ascending triangles, it's accumulation, sell wall, prices being suppressed while the remainder of the supply is being absorbed. Square ups, you have their own things. Why do Bart Simpsons happen? I just went into it with you a little bit, all right? Oh my God, music's really loud. Sorry. Wow. Is it really that loud? Sorry. Should be a little better now, but I just can't ever get it right on audio. Stock futures still dumping. Hey, we got a Black Monday upon us. It's just kind of like, hey, remember that time February and March happened to last year? Is it coming back?
Is that a joint?
Oh, and I meant to smile.
What's up, Jeromo? Yeah, I'd have to get to it, and I have to find you. And it's really tough finding people because there's so many Russian scammer bots that I've had to hide that I don't even think the search feature works anymore. It's like every day I'm banning so many scammers who are like, trying to impersonate me, or they're trying to just, it's like on the YouTube static videos, it'll just be like a paragraph of words saying contact this person WhatsApp. It tries to seem like it's legit and has all the fake people commenting on it every day, man. So like that hidden list on my channel is just, and I'm sure any other crypto or financial streamer has to deal with that crap. So yeah, I'll do what I can, man. Okay. And that's on Instagram too, right? I mean, it's terrible there as well. So just, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Seriously. Man, it's nasty, dude. You're down officially 1% on the S&P 500 futures right now. They sit your session lows on the new week. We'll see how bad it is, man. But I guess the good news is the silver is up. So is your monthly that will close again 45 minutes. This one candle here. It's been 4 months straight of extreme prosperity, euphoria, happiness. Very overbought on the monthly. That 84, that's not really that big of a deal. I mean, when you're overbought, you remain overbought. Let's see, for instance, on the last cycle, once Bitcoin became overbought on the monthly, November 2016, you stayed overbought officially until February 2018 when the cycle ended. So you're talking 457 days of being overbought, right? Once it finally got to overbought territory monthly. So what about us now? How long has Bitcoin been overbought since it became overbought for the first time? Since the last cycle, November 1st, right? Not near as long, right? What are we at? Kind of hard to see. How long have we been overbought, chat? Oh, it's not letting me grab it the way I want. That's weird. So we're looking about, what, 2 months? A little over 2 months, 2.5 months maybe? 2 months. And then you had a year and a half on the last cycle that you were overbought on the monthly. That should give you perspective of possibly the cycle we're in and maybe where we are in the cycle, where you would think the breakout of consolidation didn't happen until July, right? The breakout, the back test, the 2 different months, August and September, you back tested the down sloping resistance, the horizontal line resistance as support, break, hook, and go, bullish engulfing candle in October. So if this cycle is going to be anything like our previous cycles, then 84 on the monthly RSI really isn't that crazy. Okay. Weekly, that will also be closing. It doesn't happen often like this, where the monthly and weekly close on the same day. Normally it's different, but this month it is the same. Weekly sitting at 75, so you're overbought, but you're not nuclear anymore. You're not at stupid and crazy levels at 95 or whatever, which was higher than any high you saw in 2017 or the last cycle, last bullish cycle. You have to go back 2 cycles to see Bitcoin on the weekly be at 95. All right, so that could continue to reset where we eventually see the equilibrium level. Bitcoin need to go to much lower levels for that. So you can't say you're really buying at any area of value on Bitcoin, but it's good to see the consolidation we've been seeing the past 3 weeks. There hasn't been much selling yet, but you just got to be a little concerned that the lack of support resistance above 20K, it's like nothing, like it's a straight line up, and you're just, right, you hit 35, 40K and you're just pulling back, and it could just take time. I mean, maybe it's just your oscillators resetting, all right? And in the meantime, though, there's been a lot of opportunity on some of these coins. A lot of it coming from the micro caps, the smaller coins or the newer coins, the DeFis, right? The GRTs, the unicorns or Uniswaps, right? DOT, Polkadot. It hasn't really been so much the older coins that arrived in the ICO boom of 2017. I mean, some have had a lot of success while Bitcoin's rallying, but during this consolidation period, many of the altcoins that are kind of legacy from 2017 haven't really been doing too much. Some have, again, a handful have. I'm not saying that they haven't, but anyway, let's go to so Bitcoin 4-hour, weekly, monthly, daily looks okay still. Daily's still that consolidation, right? That nice falling wedge pattern. Get our log scale, and you still have the really nice hidden bullish divergence in development. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. It's still there. The argument's still very real that, you know, what is being implied on the daily is a continuation of the upside. You've not gotten that yet. You've not gotten that upside being implied if this continues to develop. And all you need are some bids, which Elon started it, but it's really completely nothing since then, right? Just there hasn't been any buying since that rally that took us to $38,600, right? We're back inside the wedge. So you need to break that with confirmation. That'd be a lot better, okay? Let's go to the monthly and let's go to Ethereum. Yeah, old targets. Remember getting called crazy for saying 650 could be achieved in time off the double bottom? Yeah, it was crazy talk back in May, June, summer of last year. It's crazy talk, and now look at it, right? Yeah, you'll be closing at the highest level of all time in 40 minutes. Okay, Ethereum traders have never settled up this high on a monthly time scale. So that's great, man. That's really good. The all-time high from before was $1,106 on the monthly, January 2018, and that's the reversal happened in February. So are we going to get a February, reversal like we saw 3 years ago? I mean, if you think about the context that we just talked about on the monthly, I mean, the cycle shouldn't be over if it's going to continue for a year and a half or a year at least. It's only been, again, on the monthly for Bitcoin, the cycle of being overbought, only 2 months, 2.5 months. So we got futures continuing to slide now at your session lows as I'm speaking to you. S&P, Dow Jones, not good, man. Not good. Down 1.27% now and falling. Silver hanging in there, still up 7% nearly, where Bitcoin is down 4.45%, 33.3.
Happy monthly close. Could you check out XPR? And no, not XRP. It's an S coin but looks interesting.
Sure, J-Mikes, sure. So we'll look at XPR, not XRP. We will look at XRP though, because it's up 10% today, and it was because it broke out of a wedge. And once that wedge was broken, man, you saw the price action that occurred right after. So daily on Ethereum, probably got the weekly. I mean, yeah, you got that. It's an upsloping structure here. Now, I don't think it's any kind of pattern, like if you're talking about all of it. But yeah, a little ascending triangle stuff going on really locally. You fell out of it. Not by much. Look, and again, if you make a 1224 is the breaking point for real. Like, if Ethereum falls below 1224, then you can see discernibly you're making a lower low than the previous low. But until then, it's just higher lows on higher lows, accumulation. So despite any kind of stop loss area, whatever, the real breaking point for Ethereum's trend that could put it in jeopardy, at least for the midterm, would be 1224. You can see that so clear right there, that low. So you're just unable to break the highest points ever on the daily. If I can show you. Let's look left, right? What is 1386 and 1420? It's where traders settled up their highest point and the highest wick ever here. So you've just failed, like, constantly to break that. But you'd think, I mean, is it really Ethereum's fault? Is it its issue? I mean, it's very, very rare that you see Ethereum decouple from Bitcoin and be its own coin and run and outperform Bitcoin extremely well. I mean, that hasn't really happened so much. I mean, it happened maybe a couple times last year temporarily. And I think it was just playing catch up with Bitcoin during that outperformance period. But you hadn't seen anything like really an outperformer since 2017, 2018. That was like the last time you actually saw that. So can't really be upset with Ethereum because Bitcoin's performance has been so blah right now because it's kind of corrected.
Wanted to tip more, but your mods are killing my vibes. Good luck, homie. Respect the TA.
Huh? What happened? Alright, hold on, I gotta pull up the log. I can't see. Oh yeah, PNT. Well, I don't know. Did you post a setup? I mean, someone requested to look at PNT, and we looked at it, and it looked incredible. It looked like it was setting up for much higher prices. All patrons were alerted on that one. And then, of course, some pump and dump group today starts pushing it, and they made it go up like 2,000% or something at its highest point. So can't control that. Can't control Wall Street bets like Nokia. I feel like everywhere we go, right, these groups are right behind us. Maybe they're finding the technicals too, and it's just like I don't know, man. I don't like that stuff because it puts all the people doing the right thing and puts us under the microscope too, and we get painted with a broad brush by everyone else, like we're them or something. It's like, no, man. We try to apply traditional technical analysis, risk management, and proper position sizing here. So.
It's only $4.33 per day for the Patreon. Excited.
What's up, Captain of Crypto? Thanks for the 433.
Bruh.
Super chat. Much love, man. Yep. Tomorrow will be the day. If you wanted to join the Patreon, you were waiting. Tomorrow's the day to do it. Because it'll be the first of the month.
Update on Glitch's setup. And from 57 cents.
I think 57 cents is pretty high. for, right? I mean, I don't know. It just depends, because I think one could have re-entered probably. I think there was hidden bullish evidence on that higher low. Yeah, we'll look at GRT, add to the list, which is doing exceptional. It's on the thumbnail today, so we might as well look at it anyway. So yeah, you're out of that little demand line, that's a magical triangle. But just imagine, like, what if Bitcoin like rallied to 35K right now? You think Ethereum's gonna dump after breaking that demand line? No, it's just literally going to do exactly what Bitcoin's doing. But I'll just tell you, technically, it's actually, the trend is not in jeopardy. The short-term, mid-term trend is not in jeopardy until it breaks below 1224, because that's the previous discernible swing low on the 4-hour. Daniel Bernard! Thank you, Daniel.
Hey traders, Bernard is on, and Junior here with the weekly drinking hand and stream going. Chin up in the great week ahead.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. I mean, if you took heed of the hidden bullish evidence on silver, it looks like it's going to go well. Not if you listen to Wall Street Bets. If you took heed of the edge that silver was showing. Silver, major colossal breakout occurring right now. Okay, anything above $26, what was the consensus? That it could run straight to $31, but really $35. Remember this. Sorry, I'm going back to yesteryear. I might need to go to the daily. Yeah, silver, man, right? Anything above $26 is bullish. Anything below it, you could be in trouble. But if you stay above $26 long enough, where could you go? $31, $31.15, right? That peak from January 2011. But look, man, that's why it was so important. Such a major reversal continuation point, $26. So yeah, I don't know why this would stop before 31.15. I mean, it just wouldn't make too much technical sense to just reverse here randomly. Okay, so I'll see you at 31. But if things are going really well, see you at 35. You ever break 35, forget it, man. You're probably going to $44. My God. The silver futures continue to rally a little bit. Sorry. God, man, I keep pressing that button. 28.85. Up 7% plus now. And S&P Dow Jones futures just sitting sideways, down 1% roughly. Nasdaq too. Okay, man, silver. It was bullish. It had been correcting, right? But what was the real reason for liking silver so much? It was the rally here and the sell-off. And the sell-off gave us the seller exhaustion. Not on the 4-hour, but the daily, where it's very significant.
Mitch, can you please look at QTM on weekly and monthly? Hold, or should I put my money elsewhere?
Sure. Yep. Yeah, thanks, man. So we have a breakout on silver. It's real. It's happening. You get it, man.
Can you help me identify a bullish harmonic on this anchor point X on 09 low between Bad and Gartley?
Yeah, let's look at Uniswap real quick. It's also in the thumbnail.
CMC will pump like crazy due to a lawsuit. Stock is only 0.008. HCMC might pump hard.
Well, I mean, we're not really looking to trade an asset based on a certain singular catalyst, right? We're looking for a multitude of variables that are technical, not on news-driven catalyst fundamental sides, you know. So that on this channel, I mean, others will love that, man. That they'll obsess about that. But here, it's all about the charts. The stronger your argument is with the charts, the more we're gonna love it here. All right. So you gain that notoriety. So here's that Uniswap that hit $20 on stream yesterday, and guess what? $20 psychological resistance. It was also like a 2618 from a certain anchor point, and it has reversed there, and it's down about 10% on the day, 8% ish. All right. So not a big deal though. I mean, just one candle. I mean, it could continue down, but you would think that that's where sell orders would be. Psychological. I mean, it's educational. When you have nothing but outer space, you can only go with the zeros and the fives. So 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We'll let some sort of alert on silver if we keep going. I do want to see that weekly though. real quick before we move on. Yeah, the weekly was kind of just, so the weekly on gold was better than silver. Here's your weekly that I think this is pretty much Class C hidden bullish divergence.
Hey Mitch, I'm back. Smiley face. Great content as always. Was on a break and came back after bad times on Scoin, but seems to be an okay level if you have a moment to check OXT on Coinbase. Thanks bro.
Bendolero, thank you, dude. Welcome back, man. Thanks for the £10 super chat. OXT is bullish as F. Bullish. OXT looks great. Like it's setting up just like PNT, but that's been the consensus for like, I don't know, what, a week now. Yeah, double bottoming, accumulation, higher low on the second bottom, back testing spring stuff. Yeah, OXT super bullish looking. I mean, that's the same analysis. That's not changed. Okay, so Class C hidden bullish divergence here on silver, and then you could go to golds, and if you want to see what Class A hidden bullish divergence looks like, it's right here, from this low to the much higher low with much higher levels of negative momentum, and you got the same thing on the RSI as well. So gold and silver to me gold's been in a multi-year uptrend, but it's been correcting for going on 5 months now. It's flagging. It's cut with handling on the weekly. It is, to me, it seems more kind of like lower risk to be owning gold and silver right now based on the technicals and kind of like what's going on with the macro. I don't know. People might want to start risking off. Hedge funds getting destroyed, right? So isn't like we're at like historical short interest where, you know, people don't want to get wrecked, and then people have like, hedge funds have like low put risk. They're not, you're at record lows there too, so there's no one that has much of a hedge on the market right now. So people could just start liquidating positions everywhere. It would affect crypto, gold, silver, equities, commodities. It could be something like we saw last year, but that wouldn't. I mean, I don't know if it would be as severe as last year.
BTC. If we go below 29k again, hopefully the panic doesn't start. So much support setting up for future bottoms as the resistance builds. I'm loving the sideways movement this week. It's so important.
Yep. I don't know. I would have preferred that breakout not be fake. You see that though, right there? It's really a wedge. I mean, in the end, right now, it kind of is like Bitcoin, but a way more matured, developed Bitcoin pattern, right? Where Bitcoin's been inside of its structure for like, what, a month? Like literally 1 month. And then you've got gold right here that's showing almost identical price action after its run up. But again, you're talking 182 days now. 182 days versus 30 days. This is the weekly versus this looks like Bitcoin's daily chart, right? Gold's weekly. So what does that tell you? If you're showing the hidden bullish divergence, you have downsloping consolidation and you're in a multi-year long-term uptrend, and all you've done is merely back tested what was once resistance as support for the first time ever. You had never used this area in 2011 and 2012 where it had just been 3 different peaks. You'd never regarded it as support until right here in late November and kind of, you know, mid-January, right? That little zone. So gold looks set up and really good. A more matured Bitcoin right now. So you think target 2076 eventually, but then really, dude, I had all this marked. Let me remember the complex inverse head and shoulders here. 1619 was the breakout point. Let me show you. You know, if you think about this could be like a monthly major cup with handle, man. Sorry, let me just old school stuff. It's like, it's such an old structure that is the way I used to do the bottoms, was like using a tool, like a different tool than what I use now, the curve line tool. You just think about 100% measure move here of this cup with handle stuff. I mean, it could take you to levels you wouldn't believe, you wouldn't even imagine. You'd be like, that's such a joke, dude. I'm turning this stream off. Yeah, right. But then it's like, we're just using the measure principle that's been researched in textbooks for 100 plus years. I mean, 2754 would be 100% measure move of this huge structure of consolidation that is more bullish than bearish. All right, so once you break all-time highs around 2K, you could be headed there. It could take a while. It could take like 6 months, a year to get there. You know, you're gonna have ups and downs, but that eventually is how one could size it up. Okay. But if the whole, you know, if there's a risk off because of Wall Street bets and hedge funds and all that, everyone's so skittish like deer, all bets could be off. If there's a liquidity crisis, just hoping that doesn't happen. All right, there's your gold, there's your silver. We're just talking, man. It needs to be talked about. The month is closing, you know, well, at least for crypto. It's already closed for gold and silver. We'll see. XPR. So I wanted to see XPR. JMX. XPR. Very liquid. Oh, I don't even know, man. Like, what do you want me to do here, dude? Maybe look at Tether. Maybe it looks better or something. There's more data. Not really. Alright, I'm trying. It's called Proton. Okay, I guess I get why it may. Only on this exchange. The other exchanges, it doesn't look anything like this. Weird. On, what was it? OKX. See how illiquid it's up 8% today. But yeah, like, you're just talking about springs, ice lines, all that stuff. It actually looks okay. Yeah, low risk area, obviously. I mean, let's say this was not XPR. Let's say this was Amazon or Google or Bitcoin itself, right? Pretty easy to assess risk in this situation where it is. And I don't think you'd be set. I mean, it's like bread and butter, man. It's so perfect. It's like if you're near the ice line where you don't want anything to do below it because it's like, okay, it sucks. It's already fallen below it and it's rallied and now it's trying to back test the spring. I mean, this is like how one could look at it, and it's so equitable, right? One could have a stop below the spring's low from January 3rd, and it'd still be extremely equitable, 4.1 to 1 reward to risk, and you could see why, right? So I don't think there's much of an edge here. I don't even know if there was an edge if you could. I'm just telling you about range-bound trading, how one could size up any chart, not XPR, any, and that's why you're here. So maybe you gain some value out of this and it helps you in your own journey, your trading journey, right? Oh, you see this like, dang, that makes sense. That's the thought process. Okay, cool. Beyond that, who knows on this, right? I mean, think a target, if it ever broke 1 cent, then a target, just critical thinking, the next area where you could see like straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight up, straight down. So I mean, that's how one could look at targeting if it ever did rally. Okay, we've seen assets like this that look similar, and sometimes they don't play out. That's why you manage risk and position sizing, and sometimes they certainly do, and then they go insane. All right, XPR, some random S coin I've never heard of called Proton. Are we cool? Does everyone get kind of my thought process here? Thanks for the 2,171 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. It's kind of like GRT. It's not as good. GRT was like perfect inverse head and shoulders, man, and that right shoulder was the spring back test. This didn't quite get to the spring back test, did it? But man, it's close enough for an entry where one could be taken along if they wanted. I mean, I could publish this purely for education. One needs to understand. You have to go to a weird, OKX to get it, I guess. And I would just say chart pattern, trend analysis. I don't know, dude. Like, Okay, cool. All right, I guess I'll add it to the list so we can just keep an eye on it, right? Just monitor it and to see how the TA, if it's respected on it, you know? That's all you can do. So what was the next one? Someone requested, I think. Oh, well, someone didn't really request PNT, but we'll look at PNT because what was identified was, you know, lots of accumulation. I mean, that was like the description. What did I say on PNT when I pinged all patrons? I said PNT showing lots of O's.
Hey there, buddy. Could you take a look ZEC/USDT, please? Come on, England.
Thank you, 3 lines. Yes, we'll look at it. I think someone Dash. All right. PNT showing so much accumulation is already back tested at spring from October. What are you talking about? What spring? This spring, right here, right? Pretty much back tested it right here, January 16th, and that's really it had started climbing. But I mean, I can't help that a pump and dump group, you know, did this, but the target's 71 cents and $1.01, and it hit that, exceeded, and went to by kingdom come. I don't even know, it went up to as high as 630-ish. So,
hey Mitch, would be able to take a look at Dollar Rose?
oh yeah, Rose. Is it the Rose song? No. So that's it. PNT was kind of requested-ish, kind of. All right, GRT up 28% right now. It's exceeded the pattern completion zone of the idea we had when it was pivoting here, the 786B retrace. You're thinking that's where it could run to. It's run there and it's pulled back. I mean, it went a little bit higher, but you know, this is where, you know, people will be maybe taking profit or understanding it's high risk here and pullbacks can happen. All-time highs has been achieved officially on GRT, and it did all start with this inverse head and shoulders down here. A trade setup posted January 15th-ish. Sub-Riz. Thanks for the 20 Australian dollars, mate. I don't know. We can look at it. Look at it. So, hey, if you break this, man, and it just kept going and didn't reverse there at that PCZ, talk about that high to low here, 1272. If you can believe it's 96 cents, man, 96.8 cents. You would think, like, if anything happens, just consolidation for a little bit, higher low, and then goes again. But hey, anything's possible.
$49.99. Mitch, can you look at the SLV chart and talk about any ideas on trading SLV, PSLV, miners?
Sleepy, thank you so much, dude, for the $50 super chat. Talk about trading silver. SLV, I mean, it's the tool one uses after analyzing spot price XAG. So then that's all I did was like, hey man, like, we did analysis. I loved the hidden bullish divergence, where it was on the chart. All right, taking longs with SLV, you know, in the Roth, and that was it. So keep monitoring XAG, but you know, other people do it differently. We can look at the SLV chart if you want to, sure. But it follows spot, so. All right, GRT mooned. It's at a 1618 from the previous high to low, the 1618 gold mean ratio, and that's all-time high. So it could just pull a crypto and be in price discovery mode, you know, outside of it. Really tough, man. It's like one doesn't go short on the PCZ of bearish patterns when there's no edge. There's certainly not an edge, like, at all. The buyers are not exhausted here. Like, you're just barely overbought. You're 77.8, but you're nothing saying on the 4 hour that the buyers are tired and a reversal's coming soon. Nothing on the daily. There's not even enough data. Positive moment's just building again. So this thing could go in price discovery mode and go up to $1, $1.50. It could just do what a lot of other assets have been doing. So don't rely so much on a bearish pattern in really bullish conditions where market participants since that spring back test have fallen in love with this asset. I would just be careful, right? Profit taking, but you know where we are. High risk for longs, but also shorts could get obliterated too. because there's no edge for shorts. If, say, there was daily, weekly, 4-hour bearish divergence at this PCZ, I'd feel a lot more comfortable on a reversal here. But just because this pattern's here, it was really good in helping us determine where it could be going on this higher low, and the reason why was because of that sell-off and that deep retrace, 786, and then the higher low. When you get 786, 886 retraces, and then you get your sell-off on C and you get that higher low, that leads you to believe it's really strong, right? Really strong price action, and it's bullish, and it could go run. That's like why the butterfly, that's why the coordinates are what they are on it, because it just shows lots of strength. Lots of strength. Okay, you get it. We can move on. Dude, I have to get into contacts. I can barely even see now. Quantum. Quantum was next. Okay. I don't look at that one very much. Don't know if I have in a while. Maybe I have. I feel like I've looked at everything kind of lately. No, it doesn't look like it. Quantum. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it's like, you know, there's low risk areas and stuff. But we're just talking about a range here. I think the bottom and then the top right here, April 2019. And you just had price action correlate outside of it, and now you're inside of it, and you're making those higher lows, right? One high, one low, a second low, it's higher than the other one. I mean, it looks like, kind of reminds me of PNT a little bit. Kind of like an XABCD, definitely like a BAT or Gartley right there. Ushering the reversal, a lot of other altcoins saw it. If it ever breaks 369, that's probably where it would take off, right? You can see what happened every time you broke 369, what occurred, major markups before big pullbacks. But if you're thinking about it, it's like this left shoulder, head, right shoulder going on where, man, you look at the weekly and that's what the request was. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of these coins that are lesser thans, these scrub coins, actually look like they're beginning to majorly reverse, or the momentum at least is shifting. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely there, man. Definitely, and I think that is you are on the cusp, right? 369 is where the big markup could happen. So, and above that, man, it's like nothing. So, kind of hard to target the measured move here because of the scammy moves up on these different times. I mean, you could try to plot a supply line there for a neckline. Just think the major one's 369. So, how could you target here? I mean, just go from that previous high to low. I mean, kind of what we did for Ethereum. Look at the high point down up there all the way to the low point, and you just think about it hasn't even hit a 23% retrace from that, I guess, all-time high from April 2018. So if you're just talking about this asset showing like a Wyckoff accumulation range, right? If you're talking about it like this a little bit, you know, if you ever break that 369, 493 area, eventually, dude, you're talking quantum could go to 1032 to 1624 just for a common retrace. But this is how so many of them look before they go insane. Yep. So you do want to keep your eye on some of these unheard of S coins down here. And I think OXT was the next one, so a great segue. No, there's a couple more. Let's go to OXT first, though, just because it's kind of similar. OXT, it looks to me really good if one's patient. Remember PNT, right? PNT. PNT. One valley, a second valley, right? The higher low second valley. And then OXT. Where you just have to love so much where the double bottom's happening, where you make this low, and it's the ice line from December 2019, January 2020, the resistance from May 2020, right? You sprung, you back tested the spring on the second bottom. The second bottom was higher than previous, so it's accumulation. And you just know kind of where the major breakout point is between 32 and 36 cents. You ever break that, man, thinking 50 cents almost, and 65 to 66 cents. Those will be targets for this asset eventually. OXT. All right, looking very similar to like PNT and some of the other ones. I love where the double bottom happened from the previous low to high. It was an 88% retrace. It was freaking perfect, man.
Vincent LaChapelle super chatted $39.13.
So Vincent.
Hey Mitch, can you take a look at Stake? It tried to break upside this morning. THX.
Yeah, Vincent, Stake has broken out, and it's continued to stay broken out even with Bitcoin selling off some. So, yep, Stake is on the cusp of a huge run if it can sustain prices above the breakout point, which we've identified. I mean, that was a Patreon trade setup, you know, and you got in at the second bottom. Like, say this was Stake, you got in right here on the second bottom at the lowest point. So, and now it's like Stake is up here, like it broke its own respective high point of a range. So yes, we'll look at Stake. Very promising looking, assuming Bitcoin doesn't crash, right? The moment Bitcoin has huge markdown, like a 10% down day or something, all of these assets are probably going to get ruined. So that's the sucky thing about this market. It's what makes it so tough, you know, sometimes. Stop loss, applying traditional technical analysis, because when Bitcoin volatility picks up, man, these coins freak out a lot. Okay, so the next one was Dish Network. Thanks again, Vincent, man. I'm not liking the lower highs. Definitely not liking this anymore. So here's Dish, you know, I mean, deep retrace, 786, 886, but locally and recently, at least July, this is the daily, so July and November, you're kind of confirming a top for now, and now you're just recently, this month, showing another lower high. So you understand you are in a downtrend where you're making consecutive lower highs, lower lows on a very significant time scale, and you're even doing it locally. Yes, you're making higher lows, but you're certainly not making higher highs yet than the previous highs. So the trend, you can't confirm that it's bullish quite yet. Though there was hidden bullish divergence identified here late December. The continuation happened, but unfortunately, no bids. And with the market very skittish right now, you'd think if 2887 breaks here, this thing could very well see 2366 again. You think that's going to happen if the market continues to sell off on all this fear. So right, that's a supply line there. You extend this down, there's your channel, right? Just your major downtrend. But yeah, one thing I do like, kind of, you go to the weekly, you can see it better. It's a beautiful XABCD. Is it a Gartley? Man, if it's a Gartley, it's close to a Gartley, dude. It's 59. Yeah, dude. Is that a 786? Nope. It went one fib node down. Right here, it was a 786, the Gartley. Then it rallied, and then the COVID crash happened. So it went to an 886, which is it's better. It's like even deeper. So there was an 88% sale on Dish Network on the weekly from the 2009 low. So it's a decade-large structure, XABCD, where eventually you think this would rally to much higher levels. So if you just keep making higher lows, right, you see a low from December 2018, the lowest low from March 23rd, and then a higher low. It's almost like an inverse head and shoulders is developing, but not really looking so great on the daily, right? So eventually on Dish, despite it could take months or weeks here to pivot and make higher lows and go again, but eventually you think that Dish could go see $65 again. Don't tell the Wall Street Bet people about this because they might ruin it, but this is somewhat similar in ways to Nokia, where Nokia had the XABCD, same stuff, and it's showing the left shoulder head, right shoulder stuff. So You see what I'm saying? It's actually kind of interesting there. There would be some sort of neckline. So yeah, there could be a lot of upside on Dish Network if one's patient, but again, in the short term, there could be downside. So just be prepared. But you can't say these aren't, I guess, value areas. All right, there's Dish. It's a pretty pattern. Very, very pretty pattern. And you know what normally happens on pretty patterns, and normally eventually, maybe in months, but that, you know. Remember, dude, just real quick for fun. Remember, look no further than Nokia. I can't help that, dude. I was thinking that would happen, and it could take 6 months to happen, but it happened in a few days, and it's already back. So, you know, Nokia, dude. So we got 3 minutes till your monthly candle close, and Bitcoin's really kind of doing nothing right now. I mean, it's off its lows, but back to futures, S&P, Dow Jones recovering just a little bit, not much. Bitcoin futures, 33,420.
Is that a joint?
Silver still gapped up, still up 7+%. Wow. Not sure what I could do with this. But the reason for the request was not for technical reasons. It was because of some news on something, and it was up 28% on Friday. This is OTC. Yeah, not much really I could do. This is like certainly something that you can't apply traditional technical analysis to because there's no liquidity on it by the looks of it, and you don't even want to look how far it goes up. So again, I don't know, man. Like, can't do TA here on this. It's like, look at that. I mean, what do you do with this? Nothing. You move on. Was it? Someone said Dash, I thought, right? Did I miss the Dash one? Dude, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe there wasn't one for that. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Grant requested Dish, not Dash, and I had read it as Dash earlier, thinking someone requested Dash. My bad. Zcash. And then Rose or something after that, I think. Zcash. Up 1.47%. So interesting here. Sorry. I haven't adjusted for different time scales. The visibility. So, I mean, it's like the dragon still. Like, it still looks good to me, but I don't know how in the world it would ever play out if Bitcoin wants to go to 30K. It wouldn't play out. It would dump back down to 75 bucks again if Bitcoin dumped. So, you know, it's just like so much uncertainty with Bitcoin, that pump and dump crap with Elon, man, that really just makes things even more unclear. So, Mr. Singh, thanks, dude. Yeah, we can look at what Experion. Yeah. So it does seem like it's trying to hold on that 200 moving average. It's made one bottom, a second bottom, showed seller exhaustion on the second bottom, at a critical ice line from history that was once resistance a billion times, and the weekly is now becoming support again 2 times. I mean, those are really good variables, really strong variables for an asset to think that it would be going higher. But again, like, it can't. If no one buys this crap because no one's buying Bitcoin, it can't play out. So, all right, chat. Monthly candle has closed. Bitcoin, highest monthly close of all time. Ethereum, highest candle close of all time. Amen. All right. Here it is. Here is history, chat. Here's something we had never seen before, and now it is cemented. At least you had it. You closed above the 1272. That's great. Hey, at least it wasn't like it was like last week, right? Or at least on the 27th. On the 27th, it looked like this terrible looking bearish shooting star or something. It looked bad. It doesn't really look bad anymore. This is certainly not a Japanese candlestick reversal now, as it was before we caught some bids. All right, off at 30K. So be grateful for that. But just another green candle. Just imagine 1 month of nothing where it just goes sideways and it's just a red candle like we saw in June or September. People are going to lose their minds that it's not continuing to go up, right? Because they already have. So, yeah. There you go, man. History. More history right here. Ethereum. Never before had this asset seen or a trader settled up this high before. Right here. Closed at 1,313.94. The last time we had closed anywhere close to this was $1,105.01, and that was the month of January 2018. So there you go, man. Beautiful. But you've hit this top point and you cannot break it. You've spent too much time trying to absorb remaining supply here, but still there's a huge sell wall at 1420, man. Like an insane one. Legendary sell wall there. Yeah, it looked ugly, but kind of recovered a little bit. So it's a new month, so portfolios shifting, assets around. Always happens, man. So just be aware of that. Yep, highest monthly.
LTC highest monthly also?
Oh no, I don't think so. Not even close, right? No way. Not even close. No. No, highest monthly level where traders set it up. Well, on Binance is like 225. I know it's higher on other exchanges. I'm just, since we're on the monthly here, look at Litecoin. You know, it was breaking out of that neckline of that major potential double bottom, but pulled back with Bitcoin. It can't do it if Bitcoin doesn't play ball. If Bitcoin's done, and Litecoin's done too. So still right there. It's your highest, the highest level trader set it up since April of 2018. All right, so multi-year highs on where traders set it up on the monthly, but certainly not all-time highs. No. Not even close. I should tell you, man, what assets have been performing, which ones haven't. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, not so much. But, I mean, just say the cycle doesn't completely end for Bitcoin anytime soon. Maybe eventually Litecoin could get back above 147 or whatever, and then eventually see a 272 measure move. Just, I don't know. It would be impossible for this asset to do it without any help from Bitcoin. So, pray for Bitcoin if you care about crypto at all, because it drives almost everything. And even like with it not doing anything, altcoins, some lower liquidity S coins are able to pump. So, and there you go, man. Like right out the gate, Bitcoin's selling off, along with everything else, and that happens, man. New month. It's been a great run, but you know something I plotted earlier just for fun. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, you got kind of the coordinates that work here. But you're talking about like a Gartley, you know, 786 down here at like 31,350. Negative Momo is just building. You're not ever sold. I mean, there's just nothing right now that would just be, besides just crazy bids randomly, that would stop Bitcoin from selling off here. I mean, like, there's not much support between 30K and 35K. Yeah, let's look at XRP. Haven't been able to do that since the stream started. But hey, man, nice. The falling wedge, it broke out. It hit the measure move. It doubled the measure move. It still hasn't gotten any higher than doubling the measure move. It hit the 51 cents major support resistance. Extremely important. And it rallied to test it again. So 3 different 4-hour candles. You failed to break 51 cents, and that makes plenty of sense. So now, I don't know. Like, you just don't know. Because if you had a falling wedge, you had a target for the wedge, and it played out, and it hit resistance. I mean, it depends. Like, it could easily come to 37 cents next if Bitcoin dumps. And even if Bitcoin pumps, who knows, right? Because it's like an anomaly. It's doing its own thing, kind of. It's like a little bit kind of decoupled since the breakout from everything else.
Dollarship is the new dollar doge.
Is it? Don't think we can look at that. Remember read the description below, thanks.
Doge all-time highs history. Such gains.
Yep. Let's go back to Bitcoin since it's falling apart, which kind of makes sense. New month. A new month and very little support where you are. Well, all you've done is you've fallen back below the critical support resistance, and now you've just brilliantly, beautifully, clearly back tested what was once resistance as resistance again, right? And now you're just hanging on to a little chop here, not much. That's it, man. Immediate selling on the new month. Long's getting liquidated. You get it, dude. It's crypto that's had a really good run, and it's in a correction. Clearly in a correction for about a month now, and could continue on. As we just looked at gold and silver, you saw them correct for 4 months, 5 months now. Right, so your Bitcoin futures 32,875. You'd gap down. Pathetic attempt to do anything, and now you're selling. So cool story. Tomorrow's gonna be a wild one, dude. Doesn't look good for equities, and really starting to look bad for crypto. Most of crypto, anyway. I mean, yeah, again, the handful of very minor S coins that are going insane, like GRT and the ones that have been, but who's buying Bitcoin right now? Okay, man. Lower prices looking like they're in store for Bitcoin. That's about it. Nice to see that, someone was buying here. Elon bought, or speculative pump, and there was just a mega fake out, a beautiful fake out. I don't think Wall Street bets people have any ability to move Bitcoin much. I mean, I could be wrong, but the market cap on Bitcoin is so high. Surprised they're trying to do anything with silver. Watch it sell off, man, together. It's already down 2% on the nude. It's down 600 points, and it's been 8 minutes. Please do not join the Patreon until the actual first of the month Pacific time. Not now. If you join right now, very bad. Please do not join the Patreon until, again, I can only say midnight Pacific time, but really just wait till the sun is up. I can't even, it's just like, dude, I can't help the way that Patreon does things. They're going to change it. They're changing it to where, it's not going to be where you have to join at the beginning of the month to get all the value. Sooner it'll be like whenever you join, you'll get 30 days from that point. So thanks for joining the Patreon, but you just joined on the 31st best day, upside down. Okay. This happens kind of every month. There you go. The safest way to join the Patreon's tomorrow during the stream time. Boom. Perfect. Yeah, Ethereum's dropping. Really? Sky's blue? Bitcoin drops, Ethereum drops? Yes, certainly. If Bitcoin went to 30K, Ethereum's certainly going to 1,200. 1,200 is kind of the big point for Ethereum, where it's like that previous swing low. And I guess for Bitcoin, the next swing low is 30K. So you don't want to fall below 30K. If you want the potential reversal that's occurring right now, because you got this big spike, and you ran up, you now need to paint a higher low, right? Any higher low for Bitcoin above 30,000, 30,200 is very good. Okay, that's when the momentum shifts from lower lows to the lowest lows to the same low to then a higher low. So anywhere Bitcoin catches bids, a real major pivot point occurs and it's above 30K, very good sign. But not really until then. You don't really know until that happens. Oh, no wonder I got a call. I'm waiting for it to play, but it's not playing, Mickey. I don't know. But, yeah, dude. That's probably... I mean, yeah, Telegram groups, pump and dump. That's really extremely... the opposite of what we try to do here. We try to just apply, again, traditional technical analysis to markets. We practice proper position sizing and risk management. We try to present an argument with a chart, not everyone, you know, screaming buy this at the same time. That's crazy, unsustainable, and you'd never make it as a trader. Like, it's cool seeing these GameStop pumps and stuff, but man, it's bringing in a lot of people that are developing really bad habits.
Telegram group saying they're gonna pump XRP tomorrow.
Anyway, so that stuff that you just mentioned is bad. That's like stuff we don't like at all. Yeah, again, man, it's just kind of like when you apply traditional technical analysis and then it's like Nokia is a perfect example of something that just got ruined. I mean, like, people are like, is the trade still valid? It's like, well, it technically played out all the way, you know, with the pump, but like, is it still valid now? I don't know. Like, this is like kind of unprecedented stuff that's going on, so I don't know if the inverse head and shoulders and the harmonic is if it's still just gonna continuously climb over the next 6 months. You would think so, but of course, right? An unprecedented variable thrown into the wrench, thrown into the cogs. It's annoying, super annoying. Dogecoin, man. Doge, hilariously. I wasn't even at my computer. I just eyeballed it. I was looking at Doge on the 60-minute. I'm like, XABC, is that a bullish Gartley? And was asking patrons about it, and they had plotted, and it's like, wow, it really is a bullish Gartley. And that bullish Gartley played out like incredibly well, and it hit at least the 38% retrace from that PCZ. This is just, it was for a joke. It was kind of a meme. What the? Sorry. What is going on? Huh? What the heck is that? That's not even on my... It's like, where is that? I don't know why that's on my screen. I don't even have Stream Elements up as a... Dude, so buggy. Huh. Why is this happening? Did I turn something on that wasn't supposed to be turned on? Hold on. I lost my my charts. What? Dude, this has never happened before. What the? That doesn't even exist on my screen, man. Like, none of my browsers even have that. So how could that even be here? Weird. Huh. I'm hacked, dude. I'm hacked. Yep, look, I'm hacked. That doesn't make sense to me, man. Dude, so annoying. Why can't technology just be normal for like once a day? God, stream elements so stupid. Just hang tight. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I have no idea where this even is. Like, this right here, this screen doesn't exist anywhere on my browsers. Nowhere. It's just there. Let's see. Dude, that's so weird. It's like an overlay that exists that's nothing. Might have to end the stream. I have no idea what this is. Dude, this has never happened before. Like, ever. Man. Webcam's gone. Everything's gone. What the... Weirdest thing ever, dude. Yeah, get wrecked, Bitcoin. Go down to 30K again, because that's probably where you're headed. No one's buying this crap right now. No one's buying Bitcoin, chat. Well, I guess it was fun while it lasted. Nice stream. Nice stream. Hey, look, Proton. Catching some bids, dude. It's up 24% already. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, chat? At least we can look at Proton together. While everything else worth a crap's gonna dump with Bitcoin. It's a new month, man. Again, I don't know what to do. Just gonna have to end the stream. All right. Well, Bitcoin at this point, I mean, anything, you know, 34.5. If you're below that, 30K. Above 30K, 34.5. Get back to the 34.5's resistance. It's a new month. There could be a reallocation of portfolios and a shift. So good luck to Bitcoin in kind of a chop zone, kind of a dead zone, right? Where you would say, is this a trading zone? Not really. 30K maybe, 35K maybe, but not 32,475, man. All right. Thanks so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything. Been live, hour 16 minutes. Have to get off stream just because of technical difficulties, but I appreciate everyone being here. Pray for Bitcoin, because most altcoins are screwed. The big ones are certainly screwed if Bitcoin dumps, so they'll be going to much lower levels. Like any setup that looks promising, it won't play. It literally won't play out if Bitcoin continues to fall. All right, so thanks again. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, respect the TA.
человеческих. Все это вас не касается и считайте своих. Гостей, вы, кажется, так нас называете чем-то внешним, мешающим. А ведь это вы сами. Это ваша совесть, 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 совесть.
other is LSD. And there is a certain reason why such a thing as a certain chemical committed to these two systems, unless they were in some way tested and found capable of handling them without running amok.